I'm Christopher Zweig, and this week on CJ at the Movies, I review the horror comedy Renfield with Nicolas Hoult as Renfield, the loyal servant to Count Dracula, played by Nicolas Cage, The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe in his first horror film, the documentary Little Richard, I Am Everything, and Toni Collette in the crime comedy Mafia Mamma. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Renfield, which unlike last year's vampire bomb Morbius, doesn't suck. In fact, it's a bloody good time with Nicolas Hoult as Renfield, the loyal servant to Count Dracula, played here by Nicolas Cage. He eats bugs to keep his immortality, which includes special fighting powers, but he also longs to be his own man, which is why he finds himself in a support group.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes. Hi. Are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No! No! Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death. To most, I am Dracula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
There's a subplot that's sort of a hit and miss, with the hits coming from Awkwafina as a traffic cop who is trying to bring down the crime family that murdered her father, and the misses coming from how these mobsters are over the top, but when vampires are brought into the mix, it ends up being a lot of fun.
Let me explain. I work for Dracula.
Count Dracula? So you bring in people to eat?
Well, I do other stuff.
Like what? Wash his cape?
No, the cape is dry clean only, strictly.
Yeah, I would wear this fly, yeah.
Renfield is better at using nostalgia, violence, and laughs than Morbius, which was rated PG-13 and was supposed to be serious. This one is rated R and knows when to be funny and when to be dangerous, and I especially enjoyed Hoult and Cage in their own respective ways of comedy and pathos. In fact, this movie is wickedly funny, so check it out! Our next movie is The Pope's Exorcist, which stars Russell Crowe in his first horror film as Father Gabriel Amorth, who is called to Spain to perform an exorcism on a child who is possessed by the devil. He gives an entertaining performance with the right age and build, but he isn't given the kind of story to really haunt us.
Whatever you do, you only do because God allows it.
Did he allow that?
The Pope's Exorcist was directed by Julius Avery, who also made Overlord and Samaritan, which are both entertaining. This one does its best with the actors who need better material than what they're given here. Even if this is based on Amorth's memoirs, the story isn't all that riveting and it's more of the same stuff. This is far cry from William Friedkin's take on The Exorcist, which is why I can't recommend this movie, so skip it. Next up, we have Little Richard, I Am Everything, which shows us the late great singer's life and times, good, bad, and inspiring. He dressed in drag as Princess Lavon, dealt with his queerness, found religion, and sang his heart with as much movements as he could possibly give. Despite his challenges of being gay and black in certain time periods, he became a rock icon, the architect of rock and roll, as they would describe him.
Shut up!
The legacy of Little Richard is complex.
Did you know that Elvis Presley and Pat Boone sold more of Tutti Frutti than I did?
Little Richard, I Am Everything was directed by Lisa Cortez, who also made All In, The Fight for Democracy. While that fought against voter suppression, this one fights for keeping the singer's spirits alive. It drags at times with its repeats on his troubles, but we're still able to acknowledge them and realize that Little Richard was a human being, so check it out. And our last movie is Mafia Mamma, and this is a worthless piece of crap despite the fact that it stars Toni Collette, who has given fine performances before in such films as Little Miss Sunshine and Hereditary, among others. Unfortunately, director Catherine Hardwicke does nothing original or fresh with a subject on a housewife who is called to Italy for the funeral of the grandfather she never met and for a last will and testament which requires her to be the head of his mafia empire.
I've got a lot going on at home. My son just went to college and my husband just cheated on me.
You want me to take care of him?
No! No. No, no, no.
Like Renfield and The Pope's Exorcist, this one is rated R but has to act like a cute chick flick when Collette kills her assassins and the gangsters have to cut up the bodies, and it's also brainless when she hasn't seen The Godfather because she doesn't have the common sense to watch it half now and half later.
We are in the middle of a war with our enemies, the Romanos.
We have to kill those Romanos before they kill us!
It's just like The Godfather.
Oh, right, yeah. I never saw The Godfather. Okay, look, it's really hard to find 3.5 hours.
And on par with The Other Woman and The Hustle, Mafia Mamma is one of the worst chick flicks I've ever seen. Okay, recapping this week's new movies, thumbs up for Renfield, thumbs down for The Pope's Exorcist, thumbs up for Little Richard, I Am Everything, and thumbs way, way down for Mafia Mamma. I'm Christopher Zweig, stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.